Good evening and welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. I'm Kim Brown, your host, and today I have with me Miss Yvonne Garrett Moore.
Hello, Kim. How
are you?
I'm great. I'm good.
And Yvonne is running for the at-large seat in November. So, guys, you got to remember to come out and vote on November. What is that? What, the 5th this year?
That's
when you
November
vote
5th.
when you vote for the governor. You're going to be voting for this at-large seat for Newark City Council.
That's exactly right.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bit of your background. Yvonne was on my show a couple of years ago. We're going to get to that too.
Okay.
But right now, give us a little history about yourself.
Well, I'm a resident of Newark. I was raised in Newark. My mother moved to Newark in 1964 and taught in Newark Public Schools. Taught at Clinton Place Junior High School and then later at Weequahic High School. And so growing up, I was raised on South 11th Street between Madison Avenue and Clinton Avenue. And went to Madison Avenue School, went to Maple Avenue School, and ultimately to Weequahic High School. I didn't graduate at Weequahic. I wound up going away to school and graduating at Boggs Academy. For a couple of reasons. One is because I had a learning disability that no one addressed with me growing up.
Did they know it though, or
they did, but they didn't do anything about it.
Okay.
You know, and it was unfortunate. I mean, my parents knew, but everybody struggled because there wasn't a lot of information then as it is now. And so anyway, I wound up going away to school and was able to graduate at Boggs Academy and then went on to School of Performing Arts in New York.
Okay.
And then subsequently I became an artist, artist by trade. And from art administration, from art I went into art administration, from art administration into community-based development. I discovered that art is a medium for community-based development, you know, and can be a very successful medium for community-based development. And so I began working with municipalities in helping them to become sensitized in terms of valuing culture. And once we look at our indigenous capability, our innovativeness, our creative capability, from a governmental standpoint, we can grow more effectively our communities. And so I've been successful in doing that. I worked very diligently to develop a statue of Alex Haley, which was my premier Art Builds Community initiative. Alex Haley, of course, you know, a coveted writer, Pulitzer Prize winner. He died suddenly, and they auctioned off all of his things. And I was appalled at that because I thought we should be able to preserve the integrity of Mr. Haley's estate. And so I convinced the city fathers of Knoxville, Tennessee, to erect a statue in his honor. And so we went into a blighted area of Knoxville and the gateway into the African American community, which happened to be a blighted area, and convinced the city fathers to erect a statue of Alex Haley. And so now there's a 13-foot seated statue of Alex Haley in Knoxville, Tennessee, and now it is no longer a blighted area. You know, and now it's a tourist attraction. It is now attracting people that come to visit. Knoxville is one of the top tourist areas in our nation, and so when they come into the Smoky Mountains, into Knoxville, they come to Haley Heritage Square and be able to you know, learn more about Alex's contribution. And that's what we have to do. I mean, in terms of seeing our cities grow, seeing communities grow, we have to recognize. We have to recognize our contributions, our capability, and invest in that and promote that. And when we do that, we become a healthy community. And I see that for Newark. I see that we have such talent, such gifts, such abilities that are laying dormant or floundering in some cases. Some cases people are really striving but just need a hands up, need to be recognized. So we need a government that's sensitized to how to help people, how to help grow neighborhoods, communities, and individuals. And
okay, Rick, what are you doing? I'm sorry, my producer's over there playing with gadgets. No, sorry, go ahead, Yvonne, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, you know, we just want to invest in Newark. We want to invest wisely. We're not at a loss for anything. But what we are at a deficit is leadership that is conscientious to the point where they're demonstrating how to bring about change.
Now, I said to my audience, you had been on my show a few years ago because you ran for mayor against Cory Booker.
I sure did.
That was the first time that he ran, correct?
Well, that was my first political run. I ran against him because
Yeah, that was his first time he ran for mayor, though, too, wasn't
No,
it?
that was his second.
That was his second time?
That was his second.
No, that was
his
Okay.
second term. That was actually, that was his second term
Okay.
in 2006, because he had just, in 2010, he won 2006. He ran in 2002 against Sharp, lost.
You lost.
And then ran 2006, won. I served on his transition team and then subsequently went into City Hall for a short period of time, and I saw a lot of discrepancies in his administration that I thought did not line up with what he committed to do for Newark. And so I felt I needed to challenge him, in that public arena, in terms of the political arena. But I still started recognizing that I have a vision for Newark, and I guess that was my reason for wanting to challenge him, because I said, now I know we can do better than this, because I'm seeing that we can do this, and this can get it, and it wasn't happening, and it troubles me. One of the things that I am committed to is to see us grow and see our potential realized. And when you see potential, just there and uncultivated, I have a problem with that, because, we should cultivate it.
So this time you're running for at-large.
I'm running at large because I want to be able to demonstrate that I have something genuine and authentic that I can deliver to City Hall. I want to see a more responsible government. And there's an opportunity. Former Councilman Payne, now Congressman Payne, left a seat open, and there's a special election to fill that seat. And I'm very committed to be able to demonstrate what we are capable of accomplishing with the right leadership, and a leadership that really genuinely cares.
So it's a rumor, too. Are you going to run for mayor next year also?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do have a vision for Newark. There's no
Okay.
question about that. And I did run because I have a vision. I have a vision to see us grow, as individuals, to see our neighborhoods healthy and strong, to see us grow regionally as a force to be reckoned with in our state, as well as in our nation. I know that we're a global city, and we've got to really pay attention to what we're capable of doing and being. And I don't think there's enough emphasis placed on what we're capable of.
So what is your vision that you have for Newark? What is your vision? What do you see? Well, right now the state is controlling our education system, which they need to go. So what are some of the things, what are some of your visions as far as education?
Well, we need individual educational plans for our children. Children learn differently. I mean, I just mentioned to you that I struggled with a learning disability growing up that no one addressed in the Newark public school systems. And it wasn't until I, crashed that they said, okay, we got to do something, about this. So our children need to be assessed on the front end so that we understand, what their makeup is, how they think, what their interests are. I mean, you can discover so many things about children if you really take the time to get to know who the children are. So we need to help our children by helping them develop their capability through us recognizing that they need individual educational plans. So I'm a big proponent of that. I'm also a big proponent of parent choice. People talk about vouchers. People have issues with, charter schools, struggling with the quality of education in public schools. But I say, give me my tax dollar and let me go shop for the educational opportunities that I think best suit my family. And I think that makes for a competitive system.
Well, that's basically kind of what they're doing now, because, well, it's kind of doing, the kids in high school, they can choose any school that they want to go to if they can get in that school.
Well, there you go. There's a caveat, right?
Yeah, if they can get in it, and if they're not, then the system will place them into a school. And I think it's a lot of other issues that came in that the administration didn't look at, like sending, because we have a lot of we have a gang problem here, and then you start sending kids out of their territory to another territory. So they didn't really look at the big picture either when they started doing that, because we have other concerns here.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I don't think that the administration that we have in place now, either they don't care, they didn't foresee it, or they don't care, or both. So actually, we really need to get the state out, and there's one way that we can do that in November.
Well, there is an opportunity to do that in November. You're absolutely right. But I do believe that parents should have the choice of where their children go. There's no question about that. And in my mind, but, I mean, why would you want to relegate your child to a failing school system? You know, public or charter, for that matter. You know.
Yeah,
so,
because some of those charter schools aren't doing that great either.
right, exactly.
You know, they're not doing that great either.
So you know.
And I think the system as a whole is failing.
Yeah, well, it is. It is. But that's why I believe that the responsibility should be on the parent to make a determination of what's best for their child, you know, and that consideration should be made available to the parents. I also believe that our teachers are not being supported. You know, we got good teachers, we got bad
Yeah,
teachers.
we're not. When we come back, we're gonna hear a word from our sponsors. Hold that thought. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hey, better watch Kim Corner. Don't you touch that dial.
And we're back with Yvonne Garrett Moore, and we stopped for the commercial break. You were talking about teachers and how they're not being supported. How do you think they're not being supported?
Well, I think that the system has held teachers hostage in a lot of ways. I mean, you know, teachers teach, you know, and they have all of these stipulations and regulations and formulas of how teachers should respond to students. But, you know, who's stopping to ask the teacher, you know, how they should respond? You know, 'cause they're the teachers.
Because these people that are designating these things, they're not in the classroom, and some of them have never been in the classroom.
Exactly, exactly. So I think that the teachers need to have greater autonomy, and I think that we'll see better results, you know, if you allow teachers to be more independent in their services to the students. Of course, that needs to be monitored, but I believe that teachers who are called to teach will teach, and children will learn. I believe that.
Okay, so what about jobs? You know, in Newark now, high unemployment rate in the city of Newark. And what would you do to help initiate jobs or education in Newark so that people can work in Newark? Because there's a lot of people in Newark that want to work.
Well, we are living so far beneath what we're capable of because the leadership has failed to create an infrastructure that allows for growth and development, particularly in the area of economic development. We are a global city, and we are not looking at all of the avenues in which we can serve the global community. And when we are more service-oriented, and when we think about how we can serve the global community more effectively, we will come up with opportunities to create jobs and services that will generate, you know, economic opportunities and to help for a more viable, productive city. But the key is recognition, you know, and right now there's a failure in recognition to see what we have the potential to do and to be. And once we address that, I think that we will be certainly more effective in growing a healthy economy for Newark. Our creative capacity, you know, is a great asset to our community. I mean, some cities are just geared toward creative expression. I mean, every great city is built on its culture. Paris, Rome, London, New York, the people make the place. So we and embracing the creative idea and the creative capacity and the ingenuity allows for growth. Whenever you have opportunity for expression, human expression, it creates for a healthier environment. You know?
Yeah, because it creates energy.
Absolutely.
And there's no energy here anymore like it used to be. You know, and it's funny because I was in New York yesterday, and it's been a while since I spent the entire day in New York, and I spent the entire day in New York yesterday.
Right, yeah.
And it's a different energy, and Newark used to have that same energy, and it's lost. What do you think we could do to bring that energy back?
By recognition. It's just down simply to recognizing and cultivating our potential and capability and valuing, you know, putting emphasis on our value and our worth. I mean, our creative capacity is extremely valuable. It drives the train. You know, people, if you affirm yourself, people want to affirm with you. You know, but if you don't value who you are and what you are, you know, people don't care about that. So why would I come to Newark? So we have to affirm who we are, put our best foot forward. I mean, celebrate our creative capacities, our innovativeness, our history. We have the most incredible history in our nation. I attend Old First Church, which is 820 Broad Street. Old First Church is a city that built Newark. The church, the city of Newark grew out of Old First Church. People don't know that Old First Church leadership was responsible for founding Yale University, responsible for founding Princeton University, responsible for founding Harvard University. Who knows that? Because our history is tucked away and it's not celebrated and not valued.
Yeah, we did it.
But I mean, a lot of people want to come back and engage in Newark, but we have to give them a reason to engage by presenting the best of who we are. We have 350 years of glorious history that we're not really celebrating and marketing and branding, so that people understand who we are and want to come. We have 52 million people that come to Newark International Airport annually. 52 million people. And what are we doing to harness their interests and that economic
Because we don't
power?
we don't even have a Bureau of Tourism, and I've heard the council or somebody mention that a couple of times about having a Bureau of Tourism, but we don't even have. I don't even think we have a Bureau of Tourism.
Well, I know that it is being cultivated through Brick City Development. But the point is that you have to value the citizens, though.
Exactly.
And that's where the disparity is. It's like, we can do this without you. And that's not going to
happen.
That's not going to work.
And that's why we're in the mess that we're in now.
Exactly. That's what caused the riots in '67.
Exactly. So where do you see Newark in the next, let's say, 4 years?
Well, under my leadership, I see us growing and flourishing. I see us celebrating and people coming, wanting to engage with us because we're affirmed ourselves. I see a glorious city, a city that is going to be the talk of the nation, the talk of the global community, because we have decided that we're going to affirm who we are, and we're going to celebrate and invest in who we are. And in doing so, you make for a healthy environment where people want to come and engage. So I think the future of Newark is extremely bright, extremely bright. But that is contingent on right leadership, because so goes the head, so goes the body. If you don't have effective leadership who cares, leadership who is committed to the welfare and the well-being, you don't get it. You just don't get it. So right now, we don't have effective leadership in Newark, and that's the disparity of our city.
Now, you mentioned something in October that you're having some event.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm a part of an initiative called Fashion Freedom. I have a fashion background, and I used to model in New York and in Europe, and that got cultivated out of Newark. I mean, it's quiet as it's kept. A lot of people know that Newark is the black fashion capital of the world.
It is. You got plenty of fashionistas here.
Absolutely, and we need to celebrate that and institutionalize that. I mean, people know about it, and there have been some incredible designers and stylists and models that have come out.
That came out of
Newark. Actually, my brother was the first black model to be signed with Ford agency in New York, as well as Elite, and was cultivated here, and then went on to New York, and then lived in Paris for 20 years, and traveled all over the world. And he got his foundation from being cultivated here in Newark. And it's a viable industry. There's no question. The fashion industry is extremely viable.
So what is this event that you have in
So the
October?
event is to celebrate the fashion history and legacy of Newark, as well as the business community of Newark, small business development. We want to invest back in Newark. We've got to get our citizenship to value what we have to offer in Newark in terms of goods and services, and invest back into the community.
So where is the event going to be?
The event is going to take place on the steps of City Hall on October the 11th, a Friday evening. There'll be
What time?
It'll start at 4:30 and go to 7:30.
Okay.
A wonderful fashion show that will start in the rotunda and then come out onto the steps of City Hall. There'll be live entertainment, as well as businesses and manufacturers and industry workers in the fashion industry. So it's our response to fashion, the fashion season that we're in, that Newark makes a very clear statement that we have a role to play in the industry of fashion. So it's a great time to come and celebrate and be a part.
Okay, great. So what can I help you with?
What can you help me with? Well, you can help come and be really dressed to the hilt.
All right. I had to find an outfit.
Absolutely.
I had to find an outfit.
That's exactly what this is about.
Maybe I'll do a little taping and see.
That would be
so,
great.
You're running November.
November 5th.
Council at large.
That's right.
So right now, you're going to give me a mission statement. You're going to look in that camera.
Okay.
And you're going to give them a mission statement on why they should vote for you in November.
Well, I believe you should vote for me because I'm bringing genuineness and authenticness to government. We need a more responsible government, and I'm here to assure that we have a more responsible government, a government that is committed to the welfare of the citizens of this city. I am committed to our progress, I'm committed to our prosperity, and I'm committed to the peace of Newark. I believe all of that can be accomplished, but I have to depend on the voters to make sure that we have a leader voted in that can bring about the changes that we're all looking for. It is possible, but we need the help to get it done. So your vote on November 5th will make a difference to get me in office so that I can bring the change and the vision that I see for the city of Newark.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay?
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay.
Okay?
You too.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome, and I
Okay.
want to thank everybody for watching Kim's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you next time. Don't forget, come out and vote. Come out and vote. We got another election. We got one in October too, so
That's right.
come out and vote.
Thank you. November 5th, 2013.
Peace.
God bless.
Fabulous.